Hey, ladies, welcome, welcome. I am super excited to have you here today because we are talking about the Freedom Plan. Freedom is something that's near and dear to me, and I know that it is for you as well. So I'm going to be showing you how you can add six figures or more to your income this year without working yourself into exhaustion. All right. My name is Desiree Stafford, and my promise to you today is that if you're a coach, a mentor, a healer, or a transformational leader who is fed up with working way too hard for far too little, and you are done with the guaranteed burnout marketing tactics that those gurus are peddling to the masses, then I've got your back. And it's exactly why I'm going to show you the no fluff way to boost your income with ease, even if you've already tried everything. All right. You're about to discover the secrets that will allow you to align your business with the quality of life that you truly desire. So I want you to imagine for just a moment, what will your life be like when you have the freedom to add six figures or more to your income while working 25 hours per week or less? Imagine having the freedom to attract high-paying dream to work with clients effortlessly and consistently. The freedom to stand fully in your power without worrying about what other people are going to think of you. And the freedom to run your business from anywhere in the world with just a laptop and internet connection. This is what I'm talking about when I use the term freedom. So yes, it's financial freedom. It's also money freedom. And it's also having the peace of mind that you can make amazing money while being true to who you are. Right? And you can do that from anywhere in the world. Cool? All right. So I want you to stick with me till the end because I'm going to show you how to get your very own customized freedom plan designed for you. This is huge. All right. So I am going to ask for your full undivided attention. Okay. We're only going to be here together for a short period of time. And I'm going to be sharing things with you that will literally change your life. All right. So turn off your cell phone. Turn off Facebook. It's not going to kill you. The world will not stop spinning if you shut down Facebook. All right? Just for a few minutes, okay? Because if you're serious about adding six figures or more to your income this year, right, then what you are about to discover in the next, I'm going to say we're going to be together for probably closer to 60 minutes, all right? But it's 60 minutes that could literally change your life. So, why should you care about what I have to say? Because I'm going to guess this is not your first rodeo, right? You've been to trainings before, and you're probably thinking, all right, well, why should I even pay attention? Why should I give you 60 minutes of my time, Desiree? Okay? Well, let me just give you some insight as to who I am and why I feel qualified to share what I'm sharing with you today. Number one, I'm an Amazon bestselling author, and I show high-achieving women, just like yourself, how to consistently attract $3,000 to $25,000 clients while marketing as little as 60 minutes per day. So if you have been spending your life on social media and networking and doing all kinds of things to try to bring in clients, I'm going to show you how you can stop all of that and make way more money. Okay? I also took my first business to six figures in less than 12 months, and I helped grow my third business to multiple seven figures in 2 years with my previous business partner. Right? Now, I have privately coached dozens of coaches, mentors, CEOs, executives, and solopreneurs. All right? And my trainings have benefited hundreds of transformational leaders. And I also happen to run a multiple six-figure freedom-based business with a tiny little team. Okay? It's myself, it's Lily, my adorable mini pincher, my laptop, and one very part-time virtual assistant. And I share that with you because so many people think that you need this massive team in order to make the kind of money that you want. And so your energy and your time is spent on doing things that you don't really enjoy. And sometimes when you have a goal like adding six figures to your income, you start to feel overwhelmed at the prospect of what it's going to require of you in order to do that. So I really like to let you know that you don't need a massive team. You don't need a lot of anything, really. We're going to talk about that in today's training in order for you to get the results that you're looking for. Okay? Now, I have had some really nice success in my life, and I'm very proud of it. I'm in awe, really, of where I am compared to where I used to be, because it was not that long ago when things weren't so good for me. I nearly did lose everything. And this is not just one of those, you know, rag to riches stories. I really almost lost everything. I can remember as if it was yesterday when I was sitting down at my desk, staring at my computer screen, you know, with the realization that my bank account, number one, is overdrawn. And if I don't figure out how to figure this shit out now, I'm going to lose my home in 28 days. Like, that's where I was. Okay. And that was real for me. And I was scared out of my mind. Okay. Because I'd gotten myself to that place by doing everything that the gurus said would work. Okay. I had maxed out my credit cards. I had sold all my stocks. Every cash that I had went into building my business. And then here I was with my home on the line. And I really felt like I had nothing to show for it. Okay. And like I said, I was doing the work. So I did a guest interview series because that is what the guru said would build my list and my credibility. I was creating content like crazy. I was on YouTube, always creating these videos every single week, and it was taking all my time to edit them and all this kind of crap. And then I still wasn't getting the results I wanted. I was attracting some clients, but it wasn't consistent. And the clients I was attracting couldn't or wouldn't pay me. It was maddening, right? It was maddening. I was live streaming. I was guest blogging. I was doing everything that I was told was supposed to work for me, and yet I was not getting consistent results, and I didn't know why. And that's the same crossroad where I find so many people feel stuck. You're at this place where you've given it your best, but it's still not working. And I was at a point where I was embarrassed because I had had success in the past, and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't repeat it online. And then I was also in this place where I was starting to believe that maybe my friends and my family were right. Maybe it was time that I go out and get a real job. Maybe that's where I was. Maybe I wasn't cut out to really be an entrepreneur. And, you know, I thought to myself, while I'm at this crossroads, like, this cannot be all there is for me. I didn't come this far to give up now. I knew I had an entrepreneurial spirit, and I was not willing to go back. And so it was at this moment when I decided, overdrawn bank account and all, to hire a new mentor, even though I had invested in mentors in the past and I didn't get the results I had hoped for. Now, this was a very scary decision, okay? And you know, not everybody would make this kind of decision. There are some people who would say, fuck it, and they would go back and get the job, right? I get it, to each his own, but I wasn't willing to do that. I decided to hire a new mentor, didn't know where the money was gonna come from, just knew it had to happen. Made the investment. Well, actually, I made the decision first. Once I made the decision, I was then able to come up with the money to make the investment. And within 30 days of hiring my mentor, actually 30 days of making that decision, because I was able to hire the mentor the same week, okay? Within 30 days of making that decision, I worked with my mentor. We doubled my fees. Now, here I was struggling to attract clients at my previous fees, and we doubled my fees. But, you know, I took my mentor's fees, I borrowed it, right? I was like, if she thinks I can do this, then maybe I can do this, because maybe she knows more about this than I do. So we doubled my fees. We worked on my mindset, because I was in this real funky place at the time. We also repositioned me in the marketplace. Within 30 days, I made $34,000 in sales, $20,000 in cash. My highest cash month ever. Blew me away. All right? And I was able to bring my mortgage payments current, so my house was no longer in foreclosure status. Can you imagine the peace of mind of knowing that I didn't have to worry about losing my home anymore? I had attracted the most amazing freaking clients who paid me on the spot. One of them even paid me in full. Okay? And I was actually able to take a vacation for the first time in a very, very long time. Now, I get to take vacation whenever I want. Okay? I recently came back from a 6-week trip to Europe, and it was so much fun. I can't even describe to you what it was like. You know, to travel to the Amalfi Coast, which is an area I always wanted to go to for a really long time. I went up to the Italian Riviera, the French Riviera. I was in Barcelona. And I got to work and play and not have to worry about money or any of that kind of stuff. This is the kind of reality that you can create for yourself as well, right? Which is why I'm so excited to share what I have to share with you today. Now, I want you to also understand that this is not just, something that can happen for me, because my clients are also seeing amazing results. I've had a client go from zero to $10,000 cash in 30 days without a list, a launch, or paid ads. Now, this is a client who literally had no clients. Like, she was starting all over. So she didn't have any clients to reach out to. She didn't have a list, nothing. But within 30 days of us working together, she brought in $10,000 cash, okay? So when I say you can get quick results, when I say you can get them literally faster than you can renew your passport, I mean it. So it's not just working for me, but it's working for my clients too, which is why I'm confident that what you're going to learn here today, because they're the exact same steps that I took, is actually going to help you turn your business around as well. Cool? Now, here's what you need to know. Results are not typical, okay? So I'm not promising that you're going to get any results today, because you have to understand that the average person who attends any training, free or paid, gets zero results because they don't implement what they learn, okay? However, I don't think you're the average person. I don't tend to attract people who are average, all right? So I have a feeling that you want more. You are committed to your business. And so I am happy to share with you for free exactly what's working for my clients and me right now, all right? Now, you have to understand that this is not for get rich quick type of folks. So if that's you, this ain't for you, okay? This is also not for you if you're looking for a work-at-home business opportunity, or you're into MLM, or you're a daydreamer. So you're someone who has these big, grandiose ideas, but you have zero intention of getting your hands dirty. You have zero intention of moving your feet, right? Because work is required. Struggle is not, but work is, okay? This is for you, however, if you are a powerhouse who is in the business of transformation. So that means you're like a coach, you're a mentor, you're a healer, all right? And you are ready to succeed at a whole nother level without burning yourself out, okay? And when I talk about burnout, I'm not just talking about the physical exhaustion. I'm also talking about the emotional burnout. Because that's where we experience it a lot as well, okay? So if this is you, right? If you're ready to get to the next level, I want you to plant your butt in your seat, make sure you have something to write with, get something to drink, maybe that's a glass of wine, a bottle of water, whatever you need, right? And make sure I have your full undivided attention, because we're about to rock it, all right? So let's jump into what we're gonna cover today. Number one, you're gonna learn why it's easier to make 10K or 20K in a week or a day than it is to make $5,000 or $10,000 in a month, even if you're not a business coach and no one knows your name yet, all right? I also am going to teach you the real secret behind steady cash flow. Steady is the name of the game, right? Consistency is what we all desire, right? And why all of the mindset courses, the law of attraction, and the healing work that you've been doing cannot deliver consistent results unless you focus on this one thing instead. And frankly, I believe that this is the key to sustainable results in all areas of your life and your business, okay? Last but not least, I'm going to share with you how to easily attract and convert high-paying clients every single month. The best part of this is that this will work for you even if you have a tiny list or no list, even if you have cringeworthy branding, even if you suck at writing copy, you hate doing follow-up calls like I do, you don't like launches, or you loathe the thought of becoming a content machine. I don't know anyone who is in the business of transformation who enjoys spending their entire day creating content. You might love teaching like I do, but you don't want to spend your whole day in it, right? You'd rather spend your time serving your clients and living your life, okay? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I have a feeling that you really want to be of service, right? And you really want to be able to live a life as big as your purpose. And that's what you're going to learn how to do here today, okay? All right, so freedom factor number one, why it's easier to make $10,000 or $20,000 in a week or a day than it is to make $5,000 or $10,000 in a month, even if you're not a business coach and no one knows your name yet. So most coaches think that in order to add 6 figures or more to their income, they have to attract a horde of new clients, right? That's so false, all right? This is why so many people, by the way, end up wasting time and money implementing a gazillion strategies that lead to burnout before they ever make the money or impact that they're here to make. So we don't want that to happen to you, all right? It's actually easier to make more money from fewer clients and collapse your monthly income into a week or a day, right? So here's what I mean. I want you to picture this scenario for yourself. It's the end of the month and you're feeling exhausted because you've been blogging, you've been posting 24/7, you've been live streaming, you've been networking, whatever it is that you're doing right now to market yourself, okay? And after all of that work, you've made just enough to cover your monthly expenses. And then you get hit with either an unexpected expense, right? How many times does that happen? Like this huge bill comes out of nowhere, or something fun happens. You get invited, let's say, to a luxury getaway. Either way, you don't have the cash, right? The problem is you need to come up with an extra $5,000 in a week, but you have no idea where your next sale will come from, right? How many times have you found yourself in that exact same situation, okay? And what happens? Fear and stress both start to creep in. You know you need to act fast. So which is the easiest way for you to bring in the extra money right now? Okay. I want to see which option you choose. Number one, you could go out and find 50 clients who are going to pay you $100 an hour, right? You could do that, but it's not going to be a lot of fun, I don't think, right? 50 clients is, a lot in a week, okay? Especially if they're only paying you $100 an hour. You're not going to be very motivated to do that. Another option is you could sell 10 programs for $500 each. Not bad, right? 10 clients isn't gonna kill you, right? But I think you'd probably like this option better, right? Find one $5,000, $10,000, or $20,000 client and use the spare change to come meet me in the French Riviera, right? Now, I'm gonna just guess that this is the option that you would choose, right? Because it's certainly the option that I would choose and the option that my clients choose, okay? So here's the deal. You might like the idea, but you might also be secretly wondering, well, who's going to pay you that much? Because that's a common concern, right? Especially if right now you're attracting people who can't afford you, right? Or maybe you're thinking, can you actually deliver at those prices, right? So maybe you're playing it safe at your current price point because, you're worried that if you raise your fees, people are going to expect more of you and you don't know if you can deliver, right? Or maybe you're still worried about that client who didn't get the results way back when, right? I remember being there. And that's why you're not alone. You're not, okay? I felt the exact same way before I doubled and then 10x'd my fees. And I've helped clients who have had master's degrees, doctoral degrees. Some of them have had certifications out the wazoo, and I've helped them overcome the same exact fears, okay? So here's what I want you to consider. Number one, if you have been in pain for years, months or years, and you found a doctor who had the cure, like the cure of all cures that would finally get rid of this pain, wouldn't you want it? Of course you would, right? My guess is that you wouldn't want to continue to suffer, to agonize for more months or years, right? Well, your clients feel the same way. Your clients are the patient and you are that doctor. You are the one with the solution that beats out everything else that they've already tried and everything else that's already failed them, okay? So if you know that you have that solution, what do you think it would be worth, right? What do you think it would be worth? What do you think it'd be worth to someone if you could help them save their marriage so they wouldn't have to worry about divorce and the expense of that, and also the emotional pain that that puts on their family, right? What do you think it would be worth to your client if you help them save their business, help them find a passion for their work again and boost their bank account? What do you think it would be worth to your client if you help them get in better health? What would that be worth to their family and to their quality of life, right? This is the way you need to start thinking about your work. All right. The second thing I want you to consider is that if you're concerned that you can't deliver at those price points, you're wrong. Now, you might need some support in packaging it, right? In designing the offer. And we're going to talk about all that kind of stuff, positioning the offer, right? But you would not possess the desire to serve at a high level if you did not have the ability to deliver. Now, that said, you've got to make sure that what you're selling is in your zone of genius, okay? Not just what you think will sell. You know, I hear this all the time. I just recently heard this from a new client today. You know, people who are selling things that they can do, like you technically have the skills to do it, but it's not that thing that you know that you feel called to do. That's not the offer that you're selling. So many people find themselves in this position because maybe a former coach or mentor told you that you had to sell X when you really wanted to sell Y. Okay? Well, Y is your zone of genius. Whatever that thing is that comes the most natural to you, that's your zone of genius, and that is what you should be selling, and only that. Only that. Okay? Now, another thing you need to understand also is that your clients, if you're worried about the client who didn't get the result way back when, your clients are responsible for their own results, right? It's a partnership. You are responsible for creating the conditions for your clients to succeed, and your clients are responsible for doing the work. And the reality is, some will do the work, others won't. Okay? Now, there are ways, obviously, that we're going to talk about today where you can attract the people who will do the work. And I will tell you that when you raise your fees, part of the job of your fee is to hold your clients accountable. Because money gets people's attention, right? If you were to invest $100 in working with a coach or a mentor versus $5,000 or $10,000, right? Which coach or mentor would you take more seriously? Whose advice would you follow, right? Wouldn't it be the person who charged you more because you have more skin in the game? You have more to lose if it doesn't work out? You have to think about the purpose of your fee. So yes, it's designed to help you make the kind of money that you deserve. It's also there to help hold your clients accountable, okay? To keep them motivated to do the work and get the results. All right, so let's talk about how you can collapse your monthly income into a week or a day. The first thing you need to do before you do anything else is you have to decide on exactly what it is that you want. This is huge. So many people skip this step, or if they do it, they just pick an arbitrary number out of the air. Don't do that. You need to pick a number that means something to you. So do you want to add $100,000 to income? Do you want to add $250,000? Do you want to add $500,000? What is that number and why? What does that allow for you to do, right? And how do you want to hit that number? Do you want to hit that number by, working with hundreds or thousands of clients, or do you want to hit that number working with a smaller number of clients where you can actually serve them to the best of your ability so they get amazing results, right? Do you want to be working 40, 60, 80 hours a week? Or do you want to work 25 hours a week or less, right? Do you want to have a VA or maybe no VA? Or do you want to have a team of people behind you that you have to manage? You have to figure out what you want, because when you know what you want, then we can design the right business model for you, okay? Now, no matter what number you choose, okay? No matter what that is, and no matter if it's for, being able to buy yourself a new house or second home, a new car, put your kids through private school, take, an extended trip to Europe, whatever it is that you're planning to do, right? You can do that and you only need a few sales to get there, okay? You're literally only a few sales away from adding 6 figures or more to your income this year, okay? Just a few. So let's play with the number 20 here. 20 sales. So let's say you're charging $5,000 for your program. You only need 20 sales to add 100K to your business. If you're charging 10,000, you only need 20 sales to add 200,000 to your business. If you're charging 25,000, you only need 20 sales to add $500,000 to your business. Now, I use the word sales and not clients for a specific reason. Because the way, and I'm going to teach you this in the next slide, but the way that you can design your programs, many of my clients, for example, are, selling 90-day programs, whether they be private work or they be group type of programs, which means that you can always re-enroll your clients for another 90 days. So you don't necessarily have to get 20 new clients. You literally could sign 5 or 10 clients in a quarter and just re-enroll them in the next quarter to get your sales up. Make sense? Now, I recently just helped a client map out how she can add $500,000 to her business, and she only needs 33 sales in order to get there, okay? And I'll be happy to share with you how I can map out a similar plan for you, right? And I'll share that with you later. Okay, so let's talk about business model, right? You've got to have the right business model for you. Not for me, not for anybody else, but for you, right? One that is aligned with your desired lifestyle. This is key, right? Because everyone wants a different lifestyle. We don't always want to do things the same way. And you want to make sure that your business model is something that you can scale without burning yourself out. Okay? So what I recommend is that you have one front end program, and that you have at least one downsell and one upsell. Okay? So you can meet people where they are, and you can also re-enroll clients because they're getting amazing results and they want to continue working with you, which means more money to your bottom line without having to spend more money on marketing, right? Without having to spend any more time trying to get people into your programs, because the most money that you will spend on acquiring clients is when you're trying to acquire them the first time. But when you bring a client through your program and they get amazing results, as they will, because you're going to be offering them a program that's totally transformational, right? Based on your zone of genius, they want to re-enroll with you, right? They want to re-enroll. So here's some options for different types of programs that you can offer, okay? You can offer VIP days, which are cool. You can offer 90-day one-on-one programs, so private programs. You can offer 6 to 8 week group programs. You can offer 12-month masterminds. You can offer 3-day live events, whatever you want. You can do a mix of these, okay? And you can charge $3,000 to $25,000 or more, right? For any one of these. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that your front end offer must solve a specific burning problem for your ideal clients. That is the key. It has to be specific and it has to be a burning problem, meaning it is a problem that keeps them up at night. If your clients lack confidence, that's not going to work, right? Because they're not lying in bed at night saying to themselves, oh, I lack confidence. They're lying in bed at night saying, listen, the doctor told me if I don't do something about my health, I don't have much longer to live. And I don't know what my family's going to do when I'm not here, right? Your clients are lying in bed at night thinking, oh my God, if I don't figure out how to solve this problem that I'm having with my husband, if I don't learn how to communicate with him better, I'm going to lose him. And I don't want that because I don't want to be alone, right? Your clients are lying in bed at night thinking, if I don't figure out how to make more fucking money, I am going to go out of business and I refuse to go back and get a job, right? Specific burning problem, top of mind problem, okay? My recommendation is that you go narrow and deep. Too many people want to play on the surface. Fuck that. That's what everyone else is doing. You don't want to be like everyone else. You want to go narrow and deep. Okay. You also need to identify your unique combination of gifts, skills, and talents. I like to call this your magic, okay? And you have to know, you have to be able to connect the dots, basically, on how it solves your client's burning problem faster and easier than they could do on their own, okay? It's gotta be faster and it's gotta be easier. Otherwise, what do they need you? Okay? Now, your unique combination of gifts, skills, and talents, or your magic, not only decommoditizes you, but it also is critical for your ability to confidently sell and deliver your programs. So remember what we talked about before? You know, who's going to pay me this much, or can I deliver at that price point? When you are delivering from your zone of genius, your magic, and you're working with the specific problem or the specific clients that you're here to serve and helping them solve that specific burning problem, that is where your confidence is going to come from to not only sell, but to also deliver. Okay? All right. So this is one of my newer clients. We've been together now 6 weeks. So what you're seeing right on the screen is, no, 5 weeks, I'm sorry, we've been together. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is after week 4, okay? After week 4, this client closed $9,000 in cash, her highest cash month ever. Now, what's so interesting about her is that she went from having to split her initial deposit on 2 credit cards because she didn't have the money, right? Or she didn't have the money all in one place, let's put it that way. So she had to split the deposit on 2 credit cards, and now she's created her highest cash month ever within her first 30 days of working with me. And so her goal for this month is $20,000 in cash, right? It's pretty awesome. Now, same client, okay? Just recently got this message from her. So we're now 5 weeks in, and look what she's done. She sold a $10K package and a $7,500 package, okay? So she had her first $17,000 or $17,500 day while she's on vacation, okay? While she's on vacation. Now, she was getting a little wobbly, right? Because she set this really big goal of 20K cash, and then she starts, you know, how we do. We're like, okay, I got this big goal, and then the fear and the doubt start to set in. So that's what you see here when she talks about, you know, this whole expansion crap, because we had just talked about that in our coaching session, and I helped her move through it. On the very next day, she booked over $17,000 in cash, okay? By selling 2 programs, 2 high-end programs. And she had the same fears and doubts that you have. Who's going to pay me and all that kind of stuff, because she had previously worked with clients who couldn't or wouldn't pay her, okay? So these are the kind of things that are possible for you, no matter where you are. Let's move on. Let's talk about freedom factor number 2. This is the real secret behind steady cash flow, and why all of the mindset courses, the law of attraction, and the healing work cannot deliver consistent results unless you focus on this one thing instead. So you got to pay attention here, all right? I know that you've been led to believe that in order to boost your bank account and to have a, let me rephrase it. You've been led to believe that in order to boost your bank account, you have to practice nonstop gratitude, right? Maybe you've heard that you've got to get into the vortex, the whole Abraham Hicks stuff, right? And listen, I love Abraham Hicks, okay? Maybe you've been told that you can never think a negative thought, because so many people who think about mindset, it's like suppressing your real thoughts and feelings, and we don't do that in my camp, okay? Or maybe you thought that you needed to heal yourself, so you're spending all of this time trying to get better, to fix yourself, you know, because you've experienced trauma in your past. And listen, I have experienced a shit ton of trauma myself. Many of my clients have as well. And that stuff that comes to the surface in our coaching sessions, but that still is not what makes the difference, okay? Because you and I both know that you have been doing all of that stuff, and it's not bringing you the time or financial freedom you've been craving. All right? Okay. Doing those things are helpful. I'm not going to tell you that they're not. Okay? And they absolutely have value. The problem is none of those things are the secret to making more money. And that's what we're talking about today, right? I want you to think about this. Have you done all of the mindset work, but You're not consistently bringing in 5-figure months from your business, no matter how hard you work, right? Or maybe you're still signing clients that you know you've outgrown just to have some money coming in. Or maybe you have clients who often break their contracts because they can't or they won't pay you. Or maybe you have a fan club of prospects who can't afford it or they always need to think about it, right? Here's the thing. Those are just symptoms of a much deeper problem. The real cause is your perception of your value, all right? I'm gonna explain this for you. First, I want you to take a look at your screen. Take a look at the people that you see. Doesn't matter what your political affiliation is, doesn't matter whether you like these folks or not. The one thing we can agree on is that these people have money, right? They got cash, a lot of it. Now, I'm sure we can all agree that, I wouldn't look into a dictionary and see any of their faces next to the word gratitude, right? I'm sure they're not sitting at home trying to heal themselves or work on their mindset, right? I'm sure that they're not, forcing themselves to never think a negative thought. They're certainly not saints. The one thing they all have in common, though, the reason why they're able to make the kind of money that they're making is they all have a very high perception of their value. Money is equated with value. That's it. This means that for you to get sustainable results, as in steady cash flow, month after month, the one thing that you need to focus on is shifting your perception of your value. Okay? So, if you continue to base your value on how hard you worked for your clients, okay? Because I know you're a high achiever, and so everything for you, the value comes from this hard work, right? Or maybe you believe that you have to put in 40 or 60 hours plus a week in order to prove yourself worthy of the money you desire. Okay? You keep doing that shit, you're gonna burn yourself out for pennies. Effort and time are merely arbitrary factors, my friend. Your clients only care about their results, period. This is why you need to change your perception of your value. The good news is when you do that, you also change the way you see yourself. Now, here's why this is important. Because how you see yourself determines the results you're able to achieve and sustain. Okay? Many of us who are high or overachievers, like, we're motivated, we have the drive, we have the ambition to achieve, but unless we shift how we see ourselves, retaining or sustaining those results becomes a challenge because we cannot outperform the mental picture we have of ourselves for very long. We cannot. So typically someone who is a high achiever or an overachiever struggles with their own sense of worthiness, and so they achieve to cover that up. Now, the best news ever is that as you're sitting here and you're watching this webinar, you can choose to see yourself as a woman who achieves wealth with ease. You can choose that. And when you get this, you'll finally be able to give yourself permission to create the freedom that you desire. This is what's standing in your way, okay? And you will also allow yourself to receive higher fees, awesome clients, and so much fucking more month after month without the struggle. Without the struggle. So let's talk about owning your value. Okay? Like I said, right now, you can choose, you can decide to assume the consciousness of a woman who is already making 6 figures or multiple 6 figures with ease for the results that you deliver. Now, from that place, if you were to step into that consciousness with me for just a moment, from that place, how doable does it feel for you to receive $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 or more for your services? I have a brand new client who recently raised her fees from $1,500 to $5,000 after one session with me. Okay? after one. Why? Because she chose to assume the consciousness of a woman who is already making the kind of money that she wants to be making. Okay? And by the way, she just recently sold it, that package. Okay? From this place, from the consciousness of the woman that you want to be, what will you no longer tolerate from yourself, from your clients, and from your prospects? Okay? I have one client who was no longer willing to tolerate playing small. So she actually dropped the clients that she was working with, the kind of people who couldn't or wouldn't pay her. So they would come into the program and they wouldn't complete because they would run out of money. All right? She decided to stop working with those people once and for all and booked 3 brand new ideal clients in one day before lunchtime. So what will you stop tolerating from yourself, from your clients, and from your prospects? Okay. And lastly, I want you to think about what opportunities could you act on today to achieve your goals faster? Today. Because whenever you ask, whenever you make a request that you want something bigger, you want more, God, Spirit, Universe will deliver. But you've got to get out of your own way and allow yourself to receive the opportunities that appear. You've got to be able to recognize them and act on them. Okay? All right. So I know that you might be tempted to dismiss what I've just shared with you so far as too simple, especially if you pride yourself on being logical, rational, or intellectual, but don't. Okay? Listen, I'm just like you. So when I was hearing these concepts for the first time, I was like, that's too fucking simple. It ain't gonna work. I was wrong. All right? Because the truth is, it is simple, but it's not always easy. Especially because you have years of habitual thinking patterns that have formed your current perception of your value. This shit's been going on for years. So you're not gonna snap your fingers like this and it's gonna go away. On top of that, most of your friends and family members won't know how to help you with this shift. They won't. They're stuck also, right? In fact, they're likely going to feel threatened and or attempt to keep you at a level that they are comfortable with. And if we're honest, right, you're going to be likely tempted to keep holding yourself back. I know I did for a really long time. Okay? Now, I get that deep down, you are afraid that when you become more successful, some folks will abandon you. That's one of the biggest fears my average client has. The fear that they will be abandoned. When they finally say, you know what, this is who I am, accept me in all my glory, they're afraid to be abandoned by family, by friends, by partners, by clients. I get it, right? But here's the question, the real question. Can you live? If you continue to hold yourself back to keep pace with everyone else, can you live with the fact that you are abandoning yourself by trying to make others feel comfortable? Because that's what's happening, right? Now, my guess is that you're here because you can't live with that any longer, okay? Now, I have seen many colleagues and other people in this marketplace hit $100,000, $200,000 or more. I've also seen many of them sell higher end programs. So I've seen many of them sell 5 or 10 or even 20K programs and then go all the way back down because they went broke again. Why? Because they didn't see themselves as someone who could make that much money without struggle, right? So we call this mindset backlash. The thing is, making money is not supposed to be hard. The only reason that it is, the only reason it's been hard for you up until this point is because of your old conditioning. The good news is it can be changed. All right. This is why I strongly recommend that you get accountability, right? From a coach or mentor who can see the big picture. Someone who's already been there, who's already been through the struggle, the challenge, and they can guide you through it. And someone who believes in your vision enough to challenge you to your breakthrough. okay? Because with the right support, long-term transformation is not only possible, but it can happen within a matter of weeks. Here's a former client of mine, Gail. I love to share Gail's story with you. Number one, she's not even a coach, because I've worked with people who are not coaches, right? But I love to share her story, one, because it's my, the time that I get to share a before and after photo, because most of my clients are coaches and mentors, and they don't necessarily like their prices exposed. They don't like their income numbers exposed. So I protect them, so I don't show you their pictures and things like that. But Gail is a little bit different because she's a real estate sales professional. Her prices are public. Okay, but I love to show this before and after, because you can see the woman on the left is the woman who hired me. And she was a powerhouse then, but she couldn't really see it. She kind of knew it. She had the sense that she was a powerhouse, but she wasn't acting that way, which is why she hired me. Within 8 weeks, what you see on the right was the woman that Gail turned into. Very confident, very present. Okay, and she went from selling homes for $150,000 and chasing clients that she didn't like, those are her words, to feeling more attractive and having her phone ringing off the hook. She's now consistently closing $1 million real estate deals, but that's not even the best part, okay? She also reconnected with her daughter and her boyfriend, who surprised her with a romantic getaway. So you can see that this type of work doesn't just impact your business, but it transcends all areas of your life. That's how powerful this is. Okay, so let's move into freedom factor number 3, how to easily attract and convert high-paying clients every single month. All right, so if you're like most coaches, you've bought into the idea that you have to post online 24/7, or you have to host dozens of webinars or live streams, okay? And you're likely burn out before any of those strategies actually work for you, because Facebook posts, webinars, and live streams are just tools to get your message out there, but they don't cause conversions. You need to understand this. They don't cause conversions. If you want to close more high-end sales with ease, you need to elevate your status in the minds of your ideal clients. That's the key. Your marketing needs to answer questions like why you and why now. There's a bazillion coaches, there's a bazillion mentors, there's a bazillion transformational leaders out there. Why you and why now? I teach a really simple process that I call irresistible influence, and it answers those questions for you and your potential clients, which means that you can finally stop tolerating those picture perfect discovery sessions that take a wrong turn with "I'd love to, but," or those prospects who say yes and then they disappear when it's time to sign the contract. Or the potential clients who convince you that they need to speak to their husband, their friggin' dog, or their angels before they can make a decision, okay? Lily is my dog, but I don't consult her when it comes time to making decisions, okay? Or the people who love your content, but they can never afford to hire you. They can't afford to buy from you, and then they turn around and hire your competitor, right? So, before irresistible influence, prospects perceive you as either a peer, so that means that they see you as just another. So you're just another coach, just another mentor, just another expert. You're just like them. And if they see you as someone who's just like them, there's no incentive to hire you, right? You don't have that elevated status in their mind. So what do they think they're going to learn from you, right? This is the next category. This is a category that everyone is tripping over themselves to get to, and it's not where you want to be. The authority. I personally call this the likable educator, because anyone can position themselves as an authority, and you've probably experienced it where, again, people are liking your posts on social media, they're commenting, maybe they're even sending you private messages, but they are not getting on the phone with you. So you are a likable educator. They get that you know your shit, but they're not feeling compelled to buy from you, which means transformation doesn't happen for them, at least not with you, and you don't make the money that you're here to make or the impact. So after irresistible influence, prospects perceive you as the authority that they have to work with no matter the price. I like to call this the highly paid powerhouse. Okay, so let's talk about how irresistible influence works. There's 3 steps. Number 1, you want to leverage your innate captivating persona. So this means this is the version of you that is not afraid to say what you mean and mean what you say. Okay, so gone are the days of agonizing over every word that you write or speak and fear that you're going to lose the sale because people won't like you or get you. You got to stop that. All right. I can tell you I made the same mistake. And when I was there, it was emotionally suffocating. But when I finally became authentic to the bone, that is when my real clients, my dream clients showed up. Okay. And this is why you also need to drop the filters. You've got to quit going for nice or what's acceptable, as in that, vanilla, bland, boring stuff that you see everybody else putting out there. It is time for you to unapologetically own your voice if you want to command attention and become a highly paid powerhouse without having to scream, look at me, look at me. Even if you're an introvert like me. Now, let me tell you, this is so friggin' powerful, okay? Because most of the marketing that I put out there doesn't get a ton of likes or comments. But what I do get is a calendar full of my ideal clients, people who are ready to buy on the spot. No convincing necessary. People who literally are selling themselves into my programs. Okay? And this isn't just about the marketing. This is also about your ability to really serve your clients powerfully when you are coaching them, when you're in private sessions with them, or whether they're in a group program with you. You've got to unapologetically own your voice so that you can help people transform. All right. So I want you to forget the whole know, like, and trust factor. This is that on steroids. All right. The people that I've ever paid the biggest bucks to are people that I love, respected, period. Okay. So I want you to think of the love me, respect me, or leave me alone factor. Because this is how you fascinate your ideal people while repelling the time wasters. This is also how you brand yourself from the inside out. So you don't have to worry about the logos, the fancy website, and all that bullshit, okay? This is the most powerful way to establish your presence in the marketplace. This. It's also why you don't need to waste your money, like I said, on upgrading your website or doing those fancy photo shoots in Paris. You can do those things. They are enhancements that you can add after your bank account explodes if you choose to. But they are not requirements for you to make the money and impact that you're here to make. All right. Step 2, high value, low stress content creation. All right. So wouldn't it be cool if you could spend 60 minutes or less per day marketing your business and attract qualified leads for your 5, 10, or 20K programs, right? When you have irresistible influence working for you, one post, webinar, or live stream replaces 5. Okay, and this is possible even if you're not a skilled copywriter. I'm not a copywriter. None of my clients are copywriters, but yet they're celebrating $17,000 days, right? $10,000 cash months, $20,000 sales, okay? So while everyone else is burning themselves out, trying to position themselves as that likable educator, right? You effortlessly stand out as the go-to solution provider. So one of the keys to doing this is to make sure that every single piece of content that you put out there is teaching and selling at the same time. It doesn't have to be long, right? You can teach and sell at the same time in a 2-minute video. in a 3-paragraph post, okay? And when you get this right, prospects will show up to your discovery sessions ready to buy from you, not anybody else, all right? Their mind is already made up before they get on the call with you. So this means you can say goodbye to all of those "are you still interested" follow-up emails, right? You're closing people in one phone call. No need to follow up. I just booked a sale today, multiple 5 figures, okay? And we were done with the sales call and contract sent out all within an hour. That's how quick this can happen. All right, so step 3, simplify and convert. Less is truly more. This is what you really need to understand, all right? That means that you can cut out all the crap that's not working and just have fun implementing the stuff that does. It also means that you get to choose a vehicle. So that be webinars, live streams, written posts, whatever it is for you, and teach it how to deliver for you, okay? There's a lot of people who would lead you to believe that you have to do webinars, or you have to do live streams, or you have to post 24/7 in Facebook groups in order to book clients consistently. And that's bullshit. It just simply means that they don't understand what actually makes the conversion. It's not the tools. Remember, webinars, live streams, written posts, all that kind of stuff, those are just tools. Those are just mediums for getting your message out there. They're not what causes conversions. Irresistible influence does that, okay? Irresistible influence really is the magic that makes any marketing vehicle that you choose deliver the right clients with predictability, okay? This method is about precision, as in quality versus quantity. So remember, you're only a few sales away from adding 6 figures or more to your income this year. Only a few sales, right? So you don't need a ton of people. You don't have to exhaust yourself with list building or launches or marketing 24/7 to attract hundreds or thousands of leads. You don't need them. And the results speak for themselves. Irresistible influence is responsible for me booking $25,000 in sales from one Facebook post and a selfie. Right? So remember I said you do not need fancy branding. You don't need photo shoots. Okay? I brought in $14,000 cash in a weekend, $50,000 in 2 weeks from one webinar. And this is all organic, by the way. Even when I am running ads, I'm not spending, thousands of dollars. I might spend a couple of hundred dollars within a month, okay? And I'm making multiple 5 figures a month, every single month. And it doesn't just work for me. One of my clients, Michelle, who's a relationship coach, made more in 3 months than she previously made all of last year. And she gets private messages from new prospects weekly. And this was a woman who was struggling to book discovery sessions, okay? Holly, a health coach. She went from no clients to a sold-out one-on-one program in 6 weeks with no list or Facebook ads. JC, a book writing coach, went from $4,000 months, and this is after 5 years in business, $4,000 was like her cap, to signing her first $20,000 client from just a few Facebook posts. So you can see that it works across all mediums, right? All right, so let me ask you a question. Are you enjoying this webinar so far? Okay, all right, so here's what I want you to do. First, let's recap what we've covered today. Number 1, I shared with you why it's easier to make $10,000, $20,000 in a week or a day than it is to make $5,000 or $10,000 in a month, right? So we went over that. We talked about having the right business model and how to, create the higher end programs. I also shared with you the real secret behind steady cash flow and why all the mindset courses, law of attraction, and healing work cannot deliver consistent results unless you focus on this one thing instead. And what was that one thing? Shifting your perception of your value. And the reason I stress your perception is because I am sure your clients and everyone else sees your real value, but you don't see it yet. So it's your perception that needs to be shifted, okay? And lastly, I shared with you how to easily attract and convert high-paying clients every single month And the key to that is irresistible influence. It's not the webinars, it's not the live streams, not the posting. It's having irresistible influence working for you. Okay? All right, so who wants to take things to a whole nother level? Now I need your participation. If you want to take this to the next level, I need for you to type in "I'm ready" in the box on your screen. I don't think it says Q&A. I think it says "send me some love" or something like that. So just type in there really quickly, "I'm ready." Okay? So let me check because this comes through my email. And while you're doing that, I'm going to take a sip of water. Nancy says I'm ready. All right, Nancy. Let's see. Brenda says I'm ready. All right, Brenda, let's make it happen. Let's see. Michelle says I'm ready. Okay. Anna says I'm ready. Shonda says I'm ready. Amira says, hell yes, I'm ready. Jessica says I'm ready. All right, Jen says I'm ready. Andrea says I'm ready. Okay, cool. So you guys, you ladies are ready. All right. And to those of you who also said you're ready and I didn't catch you, I know that you're with me. All right, so your mission, should you choose to accept, is to claim your free first or next figure with ease breakthrough session with me. Okay, so whether you're at your first 6 figures or you're wanting to add 6 figures, so you've already crossed the 6-figure mark and you want to add your next one with ease, then this might be an opportunity for you. Okay, now the thing is, you need to know that I don't just let anybody into these sessions. Okay, and frankly, not everyone actually qualifies. These are life-changing sessions. So if you do have what it takes, I'm going to show you how to create the freedom that you crave while making money as big as your purpose. All right? Here's what you're going to get, or what you're going to walk away with if you do qualify. Number one, you're going to get clarity on exactly what you really want so that we can design a customized freedom plan that aligns your business with your desired lifestyle. Remember, this is about what you desire, not anybody else. Okay? You're also going to walk away with an understanding of precisely what's been holding you back from fully owning your value and how you can overcome it. It's time, isn't it, woman? Right? Now, I need you to also be warned here. Your unique excuses will be annihilated. So whatever you come at me with as to why now is not the time for you, we're going to get rid of it. Okay? Because I do this day in and day out with my clients. And excuses will not be tolerated on my watch. Okay? So if you're not willing to let go of your excuses, don't even bother to sign yourself up. All right? Third, you're going to walk away with the next best steps to go from where you are now to where you know you should already be by now. Come on, right? You know where you should be by now. And it's not continuing to play this little game that you're playing, right? It's not, here spinning your wheels. It's not here working yourself into exhaustion for too little money, right? Okay, so if you're interested in one of the sessions, go to DesireeStafford.com/session to get yourself signed up. All right. Now, here's something else that I want to share with you. You could choose to go it alone, right? Many people do try to do that. Or you could sign up for a session. My recommendation, of course, is that you sign up for a session. Okay? Because what I know is that so many people will set out with the best of intentions and get stuck. They get themselves lost, confused, unsure. They feel unclear. They become perplexed, right? Now, I just recently signed a client who had spoken with me. She had a breakthrough session with me 10 months ago, but she decided that she wanted to try to do it alone. Now she's back and happily invested more money, because I'm charging more now, right? Because she got tired of trying to figure it out alone. She got tired of feeling lost. She got tired of feeling confused and frustrated. And that's where she was. She was frustrated and angry with where her business was. Okay? Which is why I'm making these sessions available to you, because I know that you've been there before. And I know that you need more than just information, right? You're looking for transformation right now. You want real fucking bankable results, right? So if that's you, then make sure you get yourself signed up, okay? by going to DesireeStafford.com/session. Now, I want you to think about this. If you only got clarity on exactly what you really want, so that you can design a customized freedom plan that aligns your business with your desired lifestyle, what would that mean to you? What would it mean to your family? Right? If you only got an understanding of precisely what's been holding you back from fully owning your value and how you can overcome it, what would that mean to your clients and your bank account? Or if you only got the next best steps to go from where you are now to where you know you should be, what would that mean to your confidence and your peace of mind? Right? So I highly recommend, if you're at a place where you're ready to change your life, you're ready to change your business, you want the freedom to travel wherever and wherever and whenever you want, without ever having to worry about money, without having to check to see what's in your bank account, right? If you want to be able to afford to send your kids to private school or to college, if you want to be able to afford to take time off when you want to, if you want to be able to afford, being able to buy a second home, or maybe start putting away money for your retirement, or maybe even investing in property or whatever else it is that you desire to do that you've been putting off because you didn't know where the money was going to come from. If you desire that and you desire some support to get you there faster, then I recommend that you sign up for a session. Okay? I only have a handful of these spots available. All right, so if you want them, you got to claim yours before they're gone. All right, and I will tell you, it has been my absolute pleasure to be here with you, serving you today. I hope you got tremendous value out of it. And I want to leave you with one final thought. No matter what your circumstances are, no matter where you are right now, no matter what happened yesterday, earlier today, doesn't matter. Because in this moment, you always have the power. You always have the power. You can choose to do something that's going to help you or not, but you are always the one who has that power. Okay? So take care, and I wish you the best.